Yo, Guesty here, and welcome to WhatsUp Mod. Today I'm checking out the Pokemobs Mod, and it is in pre-release point 5, so it's not quite done yet, or not quite released yet I should say, but it's definitely still got plenty of features in it, and I thought it'd be very nice to check out. You'll also notice that I'm not actually in my usual mod world, and that's because one of the main features of the mod, the apricorn tree, was not spawning in my pre-made mod world. So I've had to create a new one, and straight away I was having a quick explore around, and there is one right over here. So this is essentially your basis for getting Pokemon, because this is what actually drops apricorns, and various coloured apricorns I should say. So if we hit this tree now, you notice that it's dropping some apricorns. That's what apricorns look like, and it'll drop different coloured ones. Now I'm not exactly sure if there is a seed for this tree. In fact, I don't know if there actually is. So I think it's a matter of just looking around and finding them, which is a little bit annoying, but you know, I guess it makes it a bit harder to find your various coloured apricorns, because your apricorns are what's used to create Pokeballs. Ooh, and I see a NPC village over there, so we might have to go explore that, because I can also see another apricorn tree over there. But before we do that, I want to show you a couple of things. So we're going to have to make a crafting bench to start off with, and then we can get crafting on some of these items that we need. So first of all, we're going to make a Pokedex. A Pokedex is made with wood, wool and redstone, and it goes in the formation something like this. And this is essentially, for you Pokemon fans out there who already know this, but it's essentially the one and all-knowing computer for all the Pokemon. I'm not exactly sure how to use it yet, so we'll have to work that out, but right-clicking brings up this sort of menu here, and I assume once you see the various Pokemon, you'll be able to have some information on them within here. So the next thing we want to make is called a healing table, and you guessed it, it's the thing that heals your Pokemon. So we put iron and wheat down like this, and we'll get the healing table. And we also, while we're in here now, we'll also make a PC, which is like a chest essentially for Pokemon, because you can only carry around 6 Pokemon with you. So to make a PC, you need first of all a chest. So we'll make a quick chest. And then that goes in the center, and a bit of redstone on the bottom, and surround it with iron, and we should get a PC. There we go, PC right there. So these 3 items here are your basic craftable items, and we can also create Pokeballs. Now there are various tiers for the Pokeballs themselves. First off, we start with the basic Pokeball, which is red, then the Great Balls, which are blue, Ultra Balls, which are yellow, and finally Master Balls, being the best Pokeballs, are purple. So at the moment we've got enough red apricorns to create a basic normal Pokeball. So you simply surround a button in the center with your coloured apricorn, and you'll get Pokeball of that sort of colour. So I think it's about time we went and caught ourselves a Pokemon. So I think it's going to be a matter of just walking around, and they apparently just spawn wherever. So let's see if we can find one. I might also collect this apricorn tree here too. Right, so it turns out finding Pokemons was a lot harder than I first expected. I did see a couple before when I was testing it out, but when it came to actually finding them for the video, I couldn't actually find any. So I spawned myself a Bulbasaur. I'll show you him right there. If you can see my bottom left, that's you can see that I've got a Pokemon there. And to draw them in and send them out, you hit Control and hit the numbers 1 to 6, because you can hold up to 6 Pokemon at any one time. So if you want to capture a Pokemon, you can either use your previously caught Pokemon to attack the other Pokemon, like this, I'll show you. But the problem with mine is he's level 17, which is a pretty high level, so he'll probably kill them in one shot. But let's have a look. Bulbasaur. There you go. So yeah, he killed the other one in one shot, so I'll get rid of him. I'll pull him back, because they automatically attack any other Pokemon that they see if they're out and roaming around, or any other mob. Not passive mobs, but just creepers, zombies, skeletons, and all those. I also wouldn't mind seeing how he goes against the Ender Dragon. So I've now spawned a Charmander, and like originally, to catch your first Pokemon, all you have to do, you can go up and attack them. They won't attack you back, which I think they should. I reckon they should attack you back if you go up and attack them. And then if you want to try and capture it, obviously it's got quite a lot of health at the moment, so if I right click on it, I don't think it will capture it with this basic Pokeball, and it's escaping every time, so you lose that Pokeball. Now let's try a Great Ball. Oh, missed. And you actually got to hit them too. Nearly caught it that time. So let's try the Ultra Ball. Didn't work. Alright, let's move on to the Master Ball. See if the Master Ball can catch it at that much health. There you go. So that's caught it, and I also want to commend it on the nice sound effects too, because it's got all the old school sound effects. And if I now spawn, let's just spawn another Bulbasaur. I want to show you something. So if I hit Control 2, it'll bring out my Charmander that I've just caught, and they'll do battle, and my Charmander died. Now this is the kind of dodgy bit about the mod, is the fact that all you have to do is go up to a healing table, right click, and then you can send him straight back out. So if I Control 2 again and send him back out, and he killed the Bulbasaur. Now if I bring him back in, heal him straight away. I reckon there should be some some penalty for using the healing table. Maybe you got to have something to use it, or I don't know, something along those lines. So as you can see, I've spawned, I think, every Pokemon that's available at the moment. I'm not going to go through and name them all, but there's definitely a lot of them. I think there's about 15-ish Pokemon now implemented, and they're all pretty cool. I really like all the textures that have been done for them. It's very well done. Right, so I've gone through and captured all those Pokemon that you saw there before, and it turns out that using a Master Ball actually catches every Pokemon in one go, which is very cool. Now, as you can see though, in my bottom left hand corner of the screen, I've only got 6 Pokemon showing up, and there's definitely a lot more than 6 Pokemon, and that's where the PC comes in. So if we go into our PC, these are our 6 Pokemon that we've got sitting on the side here, and they all correspond to one. And in here, you'll notice that I've got all the other Pokemon, and there's actually I think there's seems to be a crap load of space in here. I don't know whether it's infinite or not, but there's certainly plenty to suffice what we need. So to swap them over, simply pick it up and you can swap them over, and now I have got another Pokemon. So now I can draw each of these Pokemon out individually, and you'll notice that if I hit Control 2, it'll put my first Pokemon away and bring out my second one. So you can only have one Pokemon with you at a time that's out running around with you. But I mean, it's still pretty cool. So that's going to move me on to my next thing now, and that is where the Pokedex actually comes into its major role in the game. So we've got our Growlithe here, and you'll notice that he's level 11. Now if I right click on him with the Pokedex, it'll bring up this leveling system in here, so you can name your pet. So we'll call him Growler instead of Growlithe, and you can command him to do various tasks as well as saving what you've done. And here is his level, and once you get up a level, you'll get 1 Poke Point, and then you can assign that Poke Point to various different different things. So we've got health, attack, and speed. So at the moment he's got a lot of health, not very strong in attack, and he's kind of fast. Not really though. So that's really impressive, and obviously you can train each your Pokemon differently, but their special abilities don't really shine through, which I would like to see implemented. But as I said, it's definitely a work in progress mod, so I'm sure the creator is going to be thinking of something along those lines too. Right, I've got my Bulbasaur in my inventory, my strongest Pokemon, and we got 10 creepers below us waiting for us. So let's see what he makes of them right now. Ooh, bit of fall damage. Oh wow, that didn't work too well, did it? But then again, it comes down to this mod, and if I quickly, without getting blown up, I'll just draw these creepers back, and then quickly go to my healing bench, right click, he's back to full health. And then we drop him down again, and he'll take on these creepers again. Nice. We'll spawn a couple more for him. Spawn creeper 5. Let's see how it goes. Ah. And what would a Pokemob mod be without the baddies, Team Rocket? So as you can see, Team Rocket are right here, and they spawn with a Pokemon and fight you, but my Blastoise made light work of that Charmander. Anyway, this has been the Pokemob mod by Seagoing Manatee and Pootage. So thanks for watching. Guesty here, and I'll bring out another mod very shortly.